My ambition moments. My ambition moments. Welcome back. It's your girl Tiffany. That's right. I'm dancing, guys, but I'm full of cold. I thought I had hay fever, but as time has passed, I realised I've got the bug, some sort of bug. I catch one every 6 months or a year with the kids. So it's like this is the yearly bug or the 6 months bug. Oh, see, I can't even think. So it's taken a lot to be on this episode, but for me, it comes down to you commit to the commitment, right? I think obviously I know sometimes you've got to look after yourself and take a break, but I've committed to this on a weekly basis. So I will push through because I feel like I have enough in the tank for this. So I thought, you know what, Tiffany, just get on with it. You get so much out of it. Right, guys. So for this moment episode, I want to talk to you guys about my fabulous day at my son's reception class. Um, they're currently studying the continents and they're focusing on Africa continent, and they did a lot of work around Nigeria. So I saw a message in the email about wanting a volunteer to come in and talk about Nigeria, and I just immediately said yes. I was like, who else to come and do this but Tiffany, of course. Immediately said yes. So it turned out to be the most fabulous day. It was honestly like on Friday, I came home and I just carried this excitement all day. Like the kids gave me so much, I gave so much to them. It was the best thing ever. And I had to go behind the scenes of it a little bit because I thought, well, look, what made this possible? But like the title of this episode, by the way, is Why I Immediately Said Yes, Flexible Working, the Village and the Woman I Have Become. And I think it's not just me going in and doing the talk. There was so much more that made that yes possible. So I wanted to kind of break it down because I thought it was interesting, right? Because I remember, so just to give you guys an idea of what I did, by the way, for my plan, I went on because I used ChatGPT a lot. I used Claude Sonnet. So I said, look, I'm doing a talk with a reception class and I want it to be fun. I thought they're 5, they're 6, they don't care about like serious facts. They just want to have a good time. So I decided to wear my African outfit. I took in a Nigerian snack. I had a globe because we have this globe in our house. So I thought I showed them where Nigeria was on the globe compared to England and how long it takes to travel. I came up with 2 interesting facts about Nigeria that kids will care about. The fact that when you live in Nigeria, you don't need a coat, right? It's so hot, and the fact that in Nigeria there's over 1,000 species of butterflies. I didn't know that. Now I do. And then I took in a speaker as well so that we can dance to Afrobeats. Guys, it was the best day. Like the kids were like they all dance. Like can I just talk about that for a second? My son is usually reserved, and I thought maybe he might sit that one out. When that music came on, he was like, I saw him in the corner with his friend. They were like getting down to the music. Every single child in that class danced to the music. It was beautiful. I actually do have a recording as well that I will always treasure. But anyway, it was just the most wonderful day. And by the way, when I walked in, I remember as soon as I walked in, they all saw me, they all ran up to me. The questions these kids were asking me, kids are so random. Like, you forget how random they're. The 2 questions were, have you got a baby in your tummy? And I was like, sorry, what? Like, I'm actually in good shape. Like, what's this? I was giving the child a side eye, like, what do you mean? Like, what are you trying to say over here? And the second question was, where is your wife? Children are so random. Anyway, so I wanted to unpack this little day because I just had too much fun. Anyway, so obviously I said yes. I was thinking about being able to say yes to things like that and not feel that number one is flexible working, right? I work flexibly, so I can do things like that. I can go in on a Friday morning without having to ask anyone or seek permission or like take a day off work. I can work later on the day. And number two, I have grandparents. At that same time, my mother-in-law was looking after our daughter. So, I needed someone to look after my daughter while I was at the school. So yeah, I just think behind the scenes, there's a lot happening there to make that day possible. It's like, and nobody talks about the infrastructure. And I'm like, we all need to talk about this because we don't all have the 27, 24 hours in a day. Not everyone can say yes to going to the kids' schools and do talks, even if they want to. So I mentioned that to give you guys a bit of context, by the way. And also, when I think about it, secondly, around being able to see a message like that and just say, yes, I'll do it, even though at the time I thought, what am I going to talk about? What am I going to do? I had no idea. And I had about 2 days to get ready, like to actually, come up with a plan. But it's just about like everything I've done in my life that's built me up to be the sort of person that sees a request like that and just says yes without overthinking it, and just thinking the worst case scenario is that I'll have a good day, and that's how I looked at it. And there's been so much that has made me this sort of woman who doesn't wait or pause or something like that. And yeah, I think that's how I always want to be. Someone who doesn't overthink things and goes with the flow a little bit. And I love that so much about myself. Um, and I think, I mean, I've spoken about this a lot. Like, it's everything I've been through in my life. It's the losses, it's the sadness, it's the chaos, it's the regrets I have, it's everything. And you get to a point in life when you realize that we overthink too many things and it doesn't matter sometimes. The most important thing you can do is show up. Like, even for this like podcast, we just kept showing up, and like and showing up stacks up. Showing up becomes the evidence that you can do something. um there's a quote that says, you don't become confident by simply shouting affirmations in a mirror. You become confident by consistently proving that you are who you say you are. And I think for me, that's been everything. Like, this podcast wasn't started by people who had it all figured out or had all the time in the world or even know what this podcast was going to be. We would just start recording next one, to the next one, and then somehow it looks like it's kind of off polished, by the way. Kind of polished, maybe not polished, but you know what I mean. And that's the sauce, man. That's the sauce about life. That's it. It's nothing else. Um, but yeah, I think yeah, it was amazing. And like I said, it's another thing about that day was it allowed me to, I don't know, like to give my son something, which was beautiful. To see him in his class in his own environment. I got to see how he is in classes. He's very, very quiet. He doesn't like, I don't know, just sort of very, is quite reserved. And to be able to do something with him that I know in a few years' time might be a bit cringe. There's time when he probably won't want me to come to his school, but now it was like, I remember when I was leaving and he was actually really sad. He was like, "Oh, mommy, don't go." And I was like, "Oh, it's fine. We'll play music when we get back home and stuff like that." So it's amazing to be able to do that. And I remember towards the end, I was joking with the kids and saying that, "Oh, maybe I'll apply to become a teacher in your class." And my son was like, "Yes, mommy, that would be amazing." I thought, yeah, you're only saying that now because you're 5. When you're older than that, that's the worst thing. So yeah, it's all about, the timing, the woman I am, the village, what makes it possible, the flexible working. And that's it, man. That's what makes days like that possible. And that, yes, it ties back to the identity. It ties back to the people around me, make it possible. It ties back to, I don't know, just what makes life amazing. Like, I will never forget that day. It's not possible. And I remember, actually, I'll finish by saying that I remember one of the little girls said to me, "Oh, I wish my mummy was here." And that kind of stopped me for a second, because I thought, your mummy might have wants to be here, but she might not have a flexible job, or she may not be the sort of person who feels comfortable to do something like that. Like, it's not for everyone, but it's for clowns like me. I'm genuinely, I'm a clown. I'm a child inside. Like, I'm a random person who does things like that. Doesn't care too much. But yeah, I think I was like, "Oh, bless you, little girl," but you don't understand because you don't know what your mom is having to juggle to be your mom, and I don't know, look after you and help you be a happy little girl. So yeah, I think I respect that. Not everyone can do that. So that's it, guys. That's it. It was honestly a fabulous day. And like I said, I was joking about applying to be a teacher, but I know I was only in there for an hour, and I know, like, yeah, teaching is real, right? I have so much respect for teachers and what they do to be able to carry children throughout the day with such connection and love and patience. That's a hero right there. Not all heroes wear capes, but yeah, I have a newfound respect for the teachers as well for what they do, because I only managed to see a tiny window. Anyway, guys, that's it. I'm gonna go off and take my germs as well. I'm actually going to gym today as well. I decided that, I don't know, sometimes just gotta. I want to push through for this one, I think, until I feel like really, really bad. But for now, I feel like I've got enough to still go to the gym and do a little bits of things that I really like doing. And then, yeah, yeah, show up. Thank you, and have a fabulous week. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm watching you. Cheerio.